I don't know. I think maybe killing a deer and like gutting it.
I've done that.
Yeah, I feel like that was kind of manly with a bow. I feel like that makes it a little extra manly. We're
Definitely.
primitive with it. With my fiberglass compound bow with the sight on it and the laser.
The manliest way to kill
A bit more caveman with
primitive
fiberglass.
style.
Yeah, that's nice.
the manliest way to kill a deer would be sneaking up in ninja attire and throwing shurikens at it until you finally fell the beast.
I wanted to do that so fucking bad. I wanted to do that with I wanted to jump out of the helicopter. I wanted to wound a pig from the helicopter and then have him hover low. And then I had this big fucking Rambo knife and I wanted to jump on it and fight it with a knife.
I'm glad you didn't, because now we have this nice podcast together.
Well, I eventually did. I eventually did fight the pig with the knife.
Just not from the helicopter.
Not from the helicopter. No, we went out in the field and fought it.
Did it know it was fighting you?
Oh, it definitely knew. It bit me.
Oh, that's one of those bipedal creatures that brings food to. Oh, it's got a big shiny piece of food for me. Just stabbing
How
this
fucked
thing.
would that be if I fought like a domesticated piglet? I did battle with a boar. No big deal.
Or like those pictures where it's like the Trump sons holding like an elephant tail up, and like
I have no problem with that.
I always want to know the full story, right?
as long as you get to eat all the elephant meat.
You assume that you just killed like mama elephant from this field of elephant families all together in the herd, etc. It's often not like that. It's often like this one's been designated a problem or old or disabled or something. Now we're allowing a hunter to go get his prize, and the money he pays for this funds this wildlife preserve. And when you know all that backstory to it, it's not so evil. Now, I'll admit the guy that does it has a kink that I don't understand,
Sure.
But in the overall scheme of things, I just need to know the backstory.
I agree with you on that. Like the same reason, like people got mad at that dentist who killed that
Lion.
trouble lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cecil the lion, yeah.
What was the troubled lion? I don't.
Well, like it was just like you said, they'll like
was a
old
problem
elephants
lion.
and old male lions. Like a new young male will try and get in to make more babies, and like sometimes the old just strong enough to cause problems for the new incoming male lion will like fuck them up. And so the people on the preserve will be like, yeah, okay, old Ted right there, you can shoot him because he's kind of just a nuisance at this point. Like,
Cecil. That was his.
Cecil.
When they fucking give the things names, that's when I feel like it's a step too far. Like you think he knew his name was Cecil?
No.
Give him numbers.
No, he would have. Yeah. Give him numbers.
Yeah.
Dehumanize them.
127 had to die. It's a program we're
An American
operating.
dentist shot down number 37 today. No one cared.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
those lions.
You
Fuck
think
those
anybody
fucking
would have cared
lions.
about that Harambe shit if it was just gorilla number 3?
All right, now with the Harambe thing, it's a little different, right?
You should be mad at the guy who jumped in, or the
I
parents
am mad at
let
the
their
guy who
kids
jumped
jump in. I think it was a
Yeah.
kid, right? Like some negligent parent had their kid leap in.
I don't remember in that case, but I know like recently there was some like drunk lady who like jumped in with some wild animals, and I don't think they had to like put any animals down, but like that was what could have easily happened.
Steve, what would be more troublesome for your career? If a photo of you prize hunting, like the Trumps came out, or a sex tape?
Or a sex tape? Well, a sex tape would be embarrassing. No one wants that. No one wants that. No one would even. Who would even click on that? Who would want to see that? There's no Asians in porn, so no, fuck no. Probably me killing like an animal, because especially in Hollywood, I mean, it's very, very progressive here, so you couldn't do that. If I lived in Nashville or Texas, I wouldn't give a shit. But I've never been hunting in my life. Duck hunt on Nintendo was the last time I probably did anything even remotely close to it. But
I'll count
Surprisingly realistic. Yeah.
My dog laughs at me too.
It's funny. All the places we're from, nobody would give a fuck about big game hunting. They'd be like, well, what'd you get? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do look down on it. Like I think I agree with Woody pretty soundly here that like I don't understand why you want to do that, but I do think that in the end it's often a good thing for the animals and for like the species that it is done.
The only
mean, if
loser
you're
in this
hunting
situation
for-
is Cecil.
Yeah.
if you're hunting to eat, or like my father fishes all the time, whatever he catches, he eats, and what he doesn't think he's going to eat, he puts back in. So I get that, and like my wife's father is from Minnesota. they go hunting all the time. They make their own beef jerky and all that stuff. And, you know, I get that. But if you're just going out to like kill an elephant just to say you did it, like to me, I don't understand that.
Yeah,
you know, why not just let the elephant go to a zoo or just live out its remaining lives instead of just like you can say you killed it. And then next thing you know, you're at a Chili's in Africa and, you know, eating riblets. I don't know. I don't understand the pleasure.
I don't understand the motivation of the people who want.
You know, the way to
kill
fix
things
this
like that.
is to make it so that trophy hunting can only be done with swords. Then people are really going to question whether or not they're going to
These
risk
the old timey methods. You know, well, I think the way they used to kill elephants and stuff is they would like drive them over like cliffs and like into pits and stuff like that, into like a bog or something, and then slowly spear them to death.
Oh, that's a lot meaner than a gun.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Okay.
How quickly does a gun kill an elephant?
I mean,
Big
if it's
gun?
an elephant gun,
Yeah, this is something I don't know. Like
Yeah, I
even
don't
an
know
elephant
either.
gun.
I think it really depends on like one of the things that
The last time I saw an elephant gun was like in Elmer Fudd had like that big one that looked like a foghorn or
a
something. Yeah, that was like the
blunderbuss.
elephant gun. Yeah.
well, they have them. There's that video online from like 2006 where it's a bunch of like
Middle Eastern
Arab
guys who
sheiks
can't handle
and
it.
princes
Yeah.
and like Middle Eastern guys who
Hell, what
are
gun
all
is
shooting
that? I
this,
feel like
and
it's the
it
kind of thing you know.
5.77
flips
T-Rex.
up because it's so powerful.
T-Rex. I was going to guess that. Yeah. And
Yeah.
have you ever shot anything in that class? If you don't know,
Yeah.
Kyle's an expert on guns. Is it?
Yeah, I have. Those guys didn't know what they were doing. It kicks incredibly. I haven't shot that one, but I've shot things in that class that are like someone custom made their own rifle, so that there's no. If I said what it was, you just be like, "What's that?" Because there's only 2 of them that exist, and this guy owns them both because he built them in his fucking garage. But he basically took
wanted
like
to.
he took a 20 gauge shotgun and turned it into a rifle. Like he made custom brass for it, and so it's shooting a rifle cartridge out of a 20 gauge shotgun, and it kicks so hard. But those guys just didn't know what they were doing.
How much?
Wow.
Like a lot harder than I think a 12 gauge shotgun's the hardest kicker that I've had.
Yeah, I mean, I can shoot those, like just hold them in my hand like a pistol. You know, that's nothing. I would say that the thing I shot was more than 5 times more than a 12 gauge, maybe 10 times. I leaned all the way forward. Generally speaking, you put quite a bit of your body weight percentage wise on the front foot and sort of lean forward.
Mhm.
I put 95% to the point where I'm just sort of rocking forward on my front foot, and it rocked me all the way back, and it really hurt. I shot it 3 times and I was black and blue. Just really.
I was on a
fucked up.
USO tour and we were going in a Black Hawk from one camp to another camp, and they have those big gun mounts, you know, on those things. And I don't know what the gun was. You know, I'm not aficionado.
It looked like
in
the
terms
old time
of,
one, a minigun.
No, like it had a handle here and a handle here, and I think a trigger here. And he's like, "You want to shoot this thing?" I'm like, "Fuck yes, I want to shoot that thing." So he's like, "Just hit any of this. You know, it's just sand. You're flying over the sand in Afghanistan." So he's like, "Just hit the sand." So you're hitting the sand, and there's such a kick. You're just rocking back and forth. I'm sure if you had more experience, they know what to do. And you're just seeing the sparks tinge off the sand. It was really cool. And then, like an idiot, I go, "Hey, could I take my shirt off and have somebody videotape me like Rambo?" He goes, "No, man, you can't take your shirt off and shoot the gun." And just like a typical guy idiot, it's like I wanted to do the Rambo shit where I was oiled up. Ah! I thought that'd be kind of cool. And he's like, "No, I let you shoot the fucking gun, you idiot."
All that would do is just really highlight all my trouble areas.
Me too.
Like, oh God, my belly's really getting. Oh.
Just vibrating.
I don't
It's like
want
a
that
legit
at
pool
all.
right
for
after
me.
the start. Yeah.
Yeah, that was probably a 50 cal. It was probably a Madus.
Yeah, probably a Mod. That'd be my guess too. A Modus.
I've been
Modus 50.
I've been running every day lately. I'm doing this thing where you run a mile a day for 30 days. All right, cool. And like my skin almost shifts like at a different cadence than me. I feel like who's the guy from he's like a lobster person. Fry's in the show from the creators of The Simpsons.
Yeah, the lobster guy from Futurama.
Oh,
Yes.
Zoidberg. Dr. Zoidberg.
Zoidberg.
Dr. Zoidberg.
I don't know what I really look like, but in my mind's eye, it's Zoidberg with the extra skin just bouncing around. While I
when he
run
doesn't have his
daily.
shell on.
Yeah.
Yeah, not flat.
It's just disgusting.
It's the
Like
worst.
loose sausage casing.
It's not a
Like
good
bits
thing.
of sausage and the casing is.
I didn't get enough sausage in the casing.
Yeah.
But too much in some places.
This is why I'm running.